What's good, superstars? Back with another video. Today doing a little bit different video, kind of more of like a technical analysis type of video. It is related to the living out of my brokerage account series, but not really in the same vein. I'm not sure if I'm going to add this into that playlist. I probably will, but I think I'm also going to make a separate playlist for either technical analysis or just analysis in general of certain techniques for just investing in general or personal finance that I'm doing. And the reason this came up is I was thinking about this light green box here on my cash flow chart. I haven't seen my cash flow chart. Basically trying to live out of my brokerage account, and the way that I'm trying to get there is by investing in growth and high yield funds. I've also been thinking about my TFSA and how that's structured, and maybe down the line having a little bit of a different structure. I'll talk about that in a future video, but for now, my margin account is my growth account. My TFSA, which is a tax-free savings account, is my high yield account. So any yield on any higher yielders, I don't get taxed on those. Anything they yield, the distributions, I'm reinvesting back into into the TFSA, maybe into different funds, maybe into the same funds, depending on where they're at in the market. The margin account, as it grows margin that I don't need for paying bills, I will also reinvest that into the margin account. Now, came down to the other deposits. So you come across a couple $100 here and there. I have a promo on my Wealthsimple account where I transferred over a bunch of money and they pay me monthly. Just a promotion for me transferring the money. So those I've been directly putting into the margin account. I've been investing them up to this point. It made me think about it. Is it worth it for me to be investing those, or should I be using them to pay down the margin to increase my equity? Is that going to do me better service? Because I do have my deposits going in to service my buys and my sells. Do I really need to be buying more along the way? So it's going to be a quick little video, something that I've been noticing when I went through the numbers. I'm going to show you guys quickly here, but you guys let me know what you think. Should I invest it? I understand if I invested that there's a chance that it can grow, but there's also the chance that it could decrease in the near term. I've been investing it so far. I just wanted to kind of go over what I'm noticing in this little analysis. So if you look here, I made two charts. So let's say right now I have $10,000 equity out of $19,000 total portfolio. That would mean I have $9,000 in margin, putting my equity at 52%, 10 over 19. They give me my equity percentage. So adding to equity would be if I came across an extra couple $100 every month, for example, or let's say like that promotion for me is every single month, so $200 a month, let's say. And this side here, I'm going to add it to the equity. So every month the equity is going to go up by 200, and we're going to assume margin account stays the same, no changes. What would happen to the equity versus if I decrease my margin by $200 a month? What would happen to the equity? And I think it might surprise some of you guys how the results look. So right now you can see it's across the board, it's 9,000 margin, 10,000 equity, so 52.63 all the way down. Now let's say every month I get a $200 windfall of cash. What's going to happen? So we look at the equity side first. You can see you're adding 200 every single month to the equity, and the margin is staying the same. And we're slowly increasing equity, obviously, because we're adding directly to the equity. On this side, if I just pay down the margin, so by adding to the equity, I'm saying I'm going to buy stocks with the money. I'm going to buy something with the money rather and keep my margin the same. This one here, I'm saying I'm not going to buy anything. I'm just going to let it replace the margin. So when I put if you don't know on Wealthsimple or on any, I'm not sure how it works on the other brokerages, but Wealthsimple, if I put $200 into my account, it's going to decrease my margin automatically. So it's up to me to go and reinvest that money to bring the margin back to where it was. That's what I'm saying in scenario number one. Scenario number two, I'm saying remove the margin and don't invest it. So don't reinvest it, just remove the margin directly. And what you'll see here, every month we're taking away $200 off of the margin. What's happening to my equity? So month one, the equity is 52.63 because that's our original numbers. Next month, you can see slightly more equity when I do the removal of margin versus when I do the invest. Now, like I said earlier, invest could grow over time. Over 3-4 months, investment could grow. In certain stocks, a lot of people would say highly likely to grow. So that's something. If you're in a down market, though, if you know that you're in a choppy market, doesn't it make sense to just reduce the margin at that point if you're trying to grow equity? For me, trying to live out of a brokerage account, I want my equity to be as high as possible so that I can withdraw to pay my expenses. So as we go down the list here, what you're going to notice is every single month we're getting a little bit more equity from removing margin versus adding equity, and we're adding the same amount. We're adding 200 here, and here we're taking away 200, but the removal of the 200 is more impactful. If I put this to 1,000, let's say I have $1,000 of side hustle, I do whatever, an extra job, I get $1,000 extra side hustle. What happens? It's just a little bit more aggressive. Just a little bit more aggressive. Basically, pay down the margin to 100% by month, whatever this is, 9. And over here, you're still at 67%. So you're going to see that's a huge difference. That's a huge difference. Removing from the margin versus investing it into the equity, where I would slowly gain back the equity, but it would take longer, right? So I'm not sure how to feel about this. I want to hear from you guys what you think, but I'm thinking right now, because I do have purpose to my money already being deposited, that is the money that I'm using to buy stocks. I have the perfect split that I would like when I invest. These other deposits, I think I'm just going to use to pay down the margin for now, to help my equity percentage grow so that I can pull more money when it comes time to pay bills. If I invest it, yes, I'm going to gain more equity, but over time, especially in the sideways or downward market, I'm going to make less equity than if I were to do the remove margin method. You guys let me know, am I missing something here? I feel like it's hitting me in the face, like something that I'm not noticing, but you're going to see, like if I add, let's say I even put, let's say $10,000. Let's see, obviously it's going to pay it off right away in the first month, but look at that. It's still, obviously it's never going to be 100% because we have some margin, right? But you get what I'm saying, right? So I think it's something to think about. If you have purpose for your dollars already that you're being deposited, does every other dollar have to be invested, or does it make sense to use any extra money to pay down margin and then use that to pay bills? I think this is going to help me accelerate my strategy to pay bills out of the brokerage. If that's not your goal, if your goal is just to make the biggest portfolio, maybe investing it would be the better call for you, because over time you hope that would grow. Again, that's a hope. If I pay down margin, it's a guarantee. That's another thing, right? So adding to equity versus removing margin. I think for now we're going to go remove margin with any extra funds. The promos from my Wealthsimple. If there is ever at any point some YouTube money, other things like that, I don't know. Maybe we'll allocate that differently. We'll have something special to do with that. But yeah, just wanted to put this out there. Thought it was a cool little chart that I put together, and can't wait to hear from you guys. Smash the thumbs up button, hit the subscribe button. Subscribe to the channel, guys. I think we're almost at 500 subscribers, which is crazy. Channel's only a couple months old, and it's been a lot of fun. It's been a lot of fun putting this out there, and I have other plans. Like I said, TFSA, I've been thinking of another way to break that down. Maybe have an option versus high yield versus options or something. Different types of ideas that come to my head, and anything that does come to my head, and we're going to test it out. We're going to test it out on this channel. I'm going to make sure you guys see what I'm doing, just have an idea of how things work or how things play out in the real world, because that's what I'm about here. So guys, enjoy. Hope you enjoyed this video, and we'll see you in the next one. I love you. Bye.